Hi students and welcome to this lecture. In mathematics we see so many notations, so many symbols, and especially in geometry we see so many figures. But one of the most basic shapes of geometry is the triangle. Now what is a triangle? Triangle is a polygon with three vertices and three sides. They are two-dimensional plane figures that form the basis of some very complex figures. Whether we are talking of the Egyptian pyramids or about the figure formed when a ladder is placed against a wall, or even when we are talking of tortilla chips, we are actually discussing triangles. So this chapter is based on the study of triangles and a very unique property that relates different triangles known as congruence. In this chapter we will discuss in detail about the various criteria that helps us to study congruence of triangles. So let's start studying about triangles and congruence of triangles in detail. So first of all, let's look at the definition of triangle. What is the mathematical definition of a triangle? A plane figure bounded by three lines in a plane is called a triangle. So triangle is a plane figure bounded by three lines in a plane. This is a plane in which this is one line, this is the other line, and this is the third line. Now we see that there is a figure bounded by these three lines, the red line, the blue line, and the black line, and this figure is known as triangle. So this very figure which is bounded by three lines in a plane is called as a triangle. Now let's see what are the different parts of a triangle. Let us say that this is a triangle. Now what do we mean by vertices? Vertices are A, B and C. So the endpoints are called as the vertices and we have named them as A, B and C. Now what are sides? Sides are these sides BC, AC and AB. The three line segments that together form a triangle are known as the sides. Your BC, AC and AB are the three sides of this triangle. Now what are angles? These are the three angles of a triangle. This is angle A or angle BAC, this is angle B or angle ABC, and this is angle C, which is also called as angle ACP. Thus ABC are the three vertices of this triangle, AB, BC and CA are the three sides of this triangle, and these are the three angles of this triangle. So these three together constitute any triangle. Now let us say that we have three non-collinear points in a plane. Collinear points are the points which lie on a line. So all these 3 points do not lie on a single line. These are non-collinear points. Now we draw a line passing through P and R. Similarly we draw a line passing through Q and P, and we draw a line passing through Q and R. Now we see that there is a figure bounded by these three lines. Now this figure is actually called as the triangle PQR, and PQ, QR and RP are the three sides of this triangle. So we can say that a triangle is formed by joining three non-collinear points. So if we have got three non-collinear points in a plane and if we join them, then the figure so obtained is a triangle. So we are going to see now what are the different types of triangles. Now the first criteria is based on the sides. So based on the sides of triangle, triangles can be divided into three categories: scalene triangle, equilateral triangle and the isosceles triangle. Now one by one let's try to see what is a scalene triangle, what is an equilateral triangle and what is an isosceles triangle. So the first is the scalene triangle. Now what do we mean by a scalene triangle? What exactly is a scalene triangle? We can say that a triangle no two of whose sides are equal is called as a scalene triangle. So the length of all the sides is different. All the sides are of different length, and such a triangle is known as a scalene triangle. Here we see that AB has a different length, BC has a different length and AC has a different length. So we can say that a scalene triangle is a triangle with all sides of different lengths. One more property of scalene triangle would be no sides are equal and no angles are equal. This is a property which you are going to study later on. But for now, we can say that a scalene triangle is a triangle where none of the sides has equal length. The next is isosceles triangle. Now what do we mean by an isosceles triangle? we can say that a triangle, two of whose sides are equal in length, is called an isosceles triangle. So, if a triangle is in such a way that two of its sides are equal in length, then such a triangle is known as an isosceles triangle. Now, if we take this example, this is triangle ABC, in which AB is equal to AC, and so this is an example of an isosceles triangle. A triangle with two equal sides. So its properties are a triangle with two equal sides and the angle opposite to the equal sides are also equal. Again, this is a property which we are going to study later, but for now we can say that isosceles triangle is a triangle in which two of its sides are equal in length. And the third one is the equilateral triangle. Now, what do we mean by an equilateral triangle? We have heard of it so many times. We can say that a triangle, all of whose sides are equal in length, is called an equilateral triangle. So, a triangle with all the sides of equal length is called an equilateral triangle. So, a scalene triangle is a triangle with all the sides of different lengths. Isosceles triangle is a triangle with two sides of equal length, and an equilateral triangle is a triangle with all the three sides equal. Now let's see the different types of triangles based on the measure of the angles. There are three types of triangles: the acute triangle, right triangle, and the obtuse triangle. So let's first see what do we mean by an acute triangle. What is an acute triangle? We can say that a triangle, each of whose angles is acute, is called an acute triangle or an acute angle triangle. Acute angle is an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. So if we look at this triangle ABC, we see that all the angles are less than 90 degrees. This angle is 70 degrees, this is 50, and this is 60. And we see that all these angles are less than 90 degrees. And so we can say that it is a triangle that has all the angles less than 90 degrees. 90 degrees is called a right angle. The next type of triangle is the right triangle. Now what do we mean by a right triangle? We can say that a triangle with one angle, a right angle, is called a right triangle or a right angle triangle. So this is an example of a right angle triangle in which one of the angles, that is angle B, is a right angle. So for any triangle to be a right angle triangle, the condition is that one of the angle must be 90 degrees. So a triangle that has a right angle is known as a right angle triangle. And the third one is the obtuse triangle. What is an obtuse triangle? We can say that a triangle with one angle as obtuse is known as an obtuse triangle or an obtuse angle triangle. In this example, we see that triangle ABC is an obtuse triangle. Why? Because angle B here is equal to 120 degrees. So we know that any angle which is greater than 90 degrees is known as an obtuse angle. So for any triangle to be an obtuse angle triangle, one of its angle must be obtuse, that is, one of its angles must be greater than 90 degrees. So an obtuse angle is a triangle which has got an angle more than 90 degrees. Thus an acute triangle is a triangle in which all the angles are less than 90 degrees. A right triangle is a triangle in which one of the angles must be 90 degrees, and an obtuse triangle is a triangle in which one of the angles must be obtuse, that is, which must be greater than 90 degrees. Thus, these are the three types of triangles based on the measure of the angles.